What's the haps? It's your girl Daps coming at you with another episode here in Oaklands. I love this game. Today, I am a little frustrated after working on this guy, but check out his new coloring. MFP did, what was this? It was refined blue ice. And we decided this was a better coloring for him, so that is what we switched him to after the episode last time. So gives him that little bit of a bluish, greenish color. Definitely looks a little bit better, for sure. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna do for his coloring. But remember when you buy these blueprints, they are not colored, right? You learn the blueprint, and when you go into your blueprint designs, you have a blueprint. Okay, that was probably not the best one to click on. Let's find a small one. Right, so this is a butterfly, right? So when you go and you place down your blueprint, it is just all the little bitty pieces, and you get to color it in however you want to color it in, using whatever materials you would like to use. So you are definitely not, forced to the colors that I've chosen. I pick a specific set of colors just to give you an idea of where to start, but, it's definitely not that you have to stick with these colors. You can definitely choose, maybe you want a golden Pikachu. You can make him out of gold or pyrite. You don't have to use the same materials that I used. Maybe you want to just take a screenshot by your blueprint, and then, from there, you refer back to your blueprint or your screenshot as you're making your own and coloring it in, but decide for yourself, if you want to change it up, use different things. I'm really loving this golden Pikachu idea. You could use some brownstone here on the little back pieces, some ink for the top little black pieces, some lava slate, rose gold. Ooh, that would be so pretty. Someone do that. That sounds great. And send me a screenshot of it, because I want to see what that looks like. Okay, that sounds amazing. All right, today I'm gonna do just a few little Q&A bits here. I've had some questions from some people that I want to answer for you. Some people are a little confused with just the whole concept of the blueprints and how they work. So I want to show you. I don't think I have learned Mr. Pikachu yet, so I will show you when you buy a. Here, we'll donate to myself, and I will buy the Pikachu. So you come over to the donator or the vending machine, whatever you want to call it, right? And it'll say donate to me and the amount that it is currently being sold for, and you say send cash, and it will send the money to me. My money did not change because I'm sending money from myself to myself. Usually there is a speaker message. I don't have it set up for Pikachu, but in most all of the other blueprints that you can excuse me, and most all of the other blueprints that you can buy, I have some kind of message set up that is just telling you to, it's, thank you for buying that specific one, and then make sure that you own all of the schematics for the different shapes. So that's just saying, these individual shapes, the cube, wedge, thin macaroni, like this one is a thin macaroni, which this is a cylinder. This is a bunch of different little cylinders. These are spheres. I think these are probably all spheres too. These are all just cubes. Probably mostly spheres for this guy. But if you don't have say the thin macaroni, and you go and you learn this blueprint, that specific shape will not come through on the blueprint, and you'll be missing it when you learn it. So you want to make sure that you own the schematics, because otherwise you won't learn all the pieces you need on the blueprint. If that does happen to you, reach out to me. We'll make it right. You can reach out in chat. You can reach out to me in Discord. You can send me a chat in Roblox. You guys can friend me in Roblox if you want to ever come into my private server. I don't get on to the public servers as often as I would like, because it's a little easier to record in the private servers. And also the space has so many tiny little things in it that I don't want to mess up the public servers with all my, loading in and all of that. So once you have a blueprint, right? I have a blueprint here. It's of Pikachu. If I take it over to a blueprint table, one of these guys, right, or blueprint fabricator, when you set the blueprint down, you can see the outline of the blueprint. So we see that that's Pikachu. It's pretty muddled, and it's just because it's showing all these interlocking pieces together, and the spheres kind of make a square box around them. So no, he's not going to look funky like that. This is the actual full blueprint of Pikachu and the way he looks. So you can see his little blueprint there. And when you come back over to the blueprint, you can see that one of the options is to learn the blueprint. So if I come to this table and I click Learn Blueprint, now when I go into my build mode under Blueprint Designs, Pikachu is right here in my blueprints. So I can select him, and let's see, you don't want to rotate the way I want you to. I can, now that I learned him, go in and place him wherever I want. And now you can see he's all the little pieces that make him up. And now you could go in and color him whatever color you wanted. So, like we were saying, if we wanted to try and do him as, magma, he could be all like bright and shiny. Like big glowing guy. Ooh. Or if we wanted to do him gold like we were talking about. Or if we wanted to do him in pyrite. That'd be fun. So you can, then color him in with all the little pieces. Right? We had said maybe some beige slate on the back there. Where's my beige slate? Oh yeah, there we go. For the little brown bits. Do some ink up for the top of the ear. Do some ink here for the little outside pieces. So you just, fill it in with, whatever colors you want, however you want to design them. And you're all set. So that's how you do the blueprints. When you buy them, you learn them, place them down, fill them in however you want. And you can move them around if you don't like the way they placed, whatever. You have to select every little piece, so you have to click on the multi-select button, and you have to click every single little piece to move them around the way you want. So that can get a little complicated, or you can just, suck everything out of him and then, be really careful about how you place him and go place him again somewhere else and then delete this one. So a couple of different options for you, but that is how we learn the blueprint, and again, you can move them around or just delete and replace. If you buy a blueprint from my store and you want to use my blueprint fabricators, I have several all around. Just reach out and chat. You know, if you can't chat for whatever reason, get my attention and start making noises at the blueprint fabricator, you know? Get my attention somehow and I will know, oh, okay, you want to use that and I'll give you permissions. And then you can learn it right then and there. If you don't have one. You know, I'm not trying to make you buy a blueprint fabricator if you have no other reason to use one. You can definitely use the ones in my shop. I have no problem with that. And coming up here pretty soon, Sky had a ton of the regular shape schematics. So we are setting up some bookshelves where you can just get some free schematics with your purchase if you want. So yeah, that'll be coming up here pretty soon. Another question that I have gotten as well is whether or not you can buy the blueprints and then sell them to others. And that answer is no, right? This is my creative property. So no, I do not want you to resell it to others. I do have signs saying no reselling. And I have added signs recently just saying reach out and chat if there's a problem or you need permissions to use a blueprint table. So I added those signs recently just to help as well. But, you know, like I said, it's my intellectual property, if you will. These are all creative ideas that I've spent a lot of time on making. And, you know, at that, I think I sell them for pretty darn cheap, which is probably why people want to resell them and get way more money. But, you know, that just doesn't seem fair to me at all. The idea is that you're buying these for your own use on your own properties and not reselling them to others. So, yeah. All right. And then the other thing that I want to show you is just if you need to make a new blueprint, I guess we will leave this one blue. It is kind of cool, though, that you can change the colors. It'll go through all of these different colors before coming back around to blue, which is cool. And whichever color you choose it in, like we saw with the Pikachu, it changes the whole outline of your blueprint when you put it back on the table. But if you want to create a new blueprint, so this is a brand new blueprint, and you can tell it's empty because when I set it on here, nothing shows up past here, right? You saw when we put the Pikachu on here, there was a whole Pikachu there. There's nothing there right now. So we can do select design region, and a little box is going to show up here. And then we just move our little circles around to create a box, and then you see it highlights what is part of our blueprint for us. So you just want to make a little box around that's going to capture all of the little pieces. So we don't want the floor. That's saying it's going to pick up the floor. So I want to pull it up just enough that there is no floor, but that we make sure we're getting all of the little toe pieces. We don't need it that far back. And then we want to make sure we're coming up high enough to get all of the head and all of the little bulb at the back. Looks like we have captured everything. So we're going to confirm. And now you can see the blueprint that it captured. And then if I wanted to learn this for myself, I could press F and it would learn it and it would be in my build mode. Or I can press G to remove the blueprint from the table. So it is now technically off the table, though I always have a hard time getting them off. So I'm going to press G again. The second I try and move them, they kind of go back on there. So this is, it hit it again. G, now it's off. And I can take it over here so I know this is one of my Bulbasaurs. Unfortunately, there's not an easy way to duplicate them. You have to just Put it back on, select the design region again, and then pull it over here. It is only going to duplicate things that were from the build mode. So it's not going to duplicate things like on the pirate bed down below, I have a skull as a decoration, but the skull's not something you can make in build mode, right? The skull is an actual item that can be added separately. So things like that, like jars, individual little items, those things are not going to be part of a blueprint. It won't pick that kind of thing up. Okay, I keep picking the wrong ones. Where's my up? There we go. All right, I think I got all the pieces. Confirm. Looks good. I think it actually does better when I'm not in first person, as far as trying to take it off the table. Yeah. And there we go. So these individual blueprints cost $5,500 each. So that is part of the cost when I'm deciding how much I'm going to sell things for. Because right off the bat, it needs to be at least $5,500, and that's just to break even. So that has to be part of the consideration for how much I'm going to sell something for. So that's why the lowest I'll sell something for is $7,500, because then I'm only getting $2,000 in profit. And really, I try and think about, how much time did I spend on it? Really, if I think about that, this guy should probably be like 100,000, 150,000 compared to Pikachu. And he does have a lot more parts than Pikachu does. But I'm also kind of weary about making him cost so much more than Pikachu when essentially they're the same thing, right? They're both just Pokemon. So I don't know, I'm going to have to think about that for a little bit. But hopefully you understand a little bit better now how to use the blueprint fabricator and how the vending machines work, and what you need to do once you buy one of the blueprints. If you didn't understand that before, and how to, if you don't have one of those, that you can reach out and I will help you use one of mine. But anyway, I hope you liked. Hopefully, if you have more questions like this you want me to answer, definitely reach out, let me know, because I can always answer them in a video for everybody. When I see questions that lots of people might have, I want to try and get those answers out there. But if you want to see more, subscribe. And if you've got more ideas for me, please leave a comment. But we will catch you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye.